This is Top 30. Coming up, yogurt may not be as good for you as you think. Are you a lawnmower parent? And the internet is exploding over Maroon 5 being chosen for the Super Bowl halftime show. Welcome to the show. I'm Kristen Smith, and here are 30 things you need to know right now. Well, summer hasn't officially ended yet, but health officials say they're already seeing cases of the flu. Delaware's Division of Public Health says it's confirmed at least 4 cases of the flu so far. Cases have been confirmed in all 3 of the state's counties. At least 1 person was reportedly hospitalized. Doctors in the state say it's unusual to see the flu this early. The season officially begins September 30th. But with cases already confirmed, the director of the DPH says, "We are feeling a sense of urgency to make sure people are making plans and appointments to get their flu shot sooner rather than later. It is not too early." Symptoms of the flu include fever, cough, body aches, and fatigue. Last year, Delaware recorded over 9,000 cases of the flu. It killed about 35 residents. This year's flu shot is expected to be a better match to the strains of the virus that'll be going around, so at least that is good news. Okay, now let's go to the New York Stock Exchange for our Fox Business Minute with Connell McShane. Connell, checked baggage is already up there, but it's getting more expensive.
That's right, Kristen. Delta is the latest airline to raise baggage fees. Passengers will now have to pay $30 for the first bag and $40 for the second. Delta joins rivals United and JetBlue in hiking charges for U.S. flights. Nike's controversial ad featuring Colin Kaepernick is helping the company's stock. Not so much its stock room, though. Shares are up almost 3% since the launch of the ad earlier this month, and sales have spiked by 61%. That's caused a major uptick in sold-out products. And U.S. employers are boosting benefits such as bonuses and vacation time at a faster pace than salaries.
Which would you say is better for employees?
Yeah, it really depends on who you ask, although some economists think that overall the shift towards one-time bonuses from sustained wage increases is less favorable for workers, and that's really because bonuses are never guaranteed.
Interesting stuff. Thanks, Connell. Okay, now to a shocking fact. 1 in 7 Americans has diabetes and might not even know it. A new report from the CDC says of the 14% of Americans with the disease, more than 4% go undiagnosed. Diabetes currently affects 30 million Americans, and the CDC's Mark Eberhart calls it a chronic health problem in this country. And Maroon 5 will reportedly be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show this February. But many fans are up in arms over the choice, feeling that an Atlanta native with hip-hop ties would have been more true to the city. Ludacris even posted this photo in his Falcons jersey with the caption, "Excuse me, say what?" And don't mess with Judy Cochran. This great-grandmother took matters into her own hands, killing a 12-foot alligator she thinks was responsible for eating her mini horse with just 1 shot. The massive gator weighed 580 pounds, and she plans to hang the head in her office. Did I mention she's also the mayor of Livingston, Texas? You can't make this stuff up. All right, let's move on. Our friend Head Crack over at Dish Nation has the hottest celebrity news. So, Head Crack, I hear Drake is a big spender.
That's right, Kristen. Drake reportedly gambled away almost $200K in Atlantic City. Now, that's nothing for him because he makes no less than $300K per show. After his show in Philly, he had an itch to go gambling. Sources say the casino cleared out an area for him and even opened up the Sugar Factory restaurant after hours. $200K. I thought I was rolling when I gambled with 200. I guess not. Kylie Jenner just tried something new. She recently shared online that she just had milk with her cereal for the first time. Jenner called the experience life-changing and said, "I always like cereal dry. I never bothered to put milk." Jordan Peele, he was on to something in that scene from Get Out. Travis, stay woke. And finally, the Dish family would like to say congratulations to our very own Portia Williams and her boyfriend Dennis McKinley on the announcement of her pregnancy. Now, Portia, we are super excited and happy for you and can't wait to welcome the newest member to Dish. Looks like Gary and myself will have to arm wrestle to the death to see who will be the godfather. On that note, I'm out, and that's today's Dish until next time.
Yay, that's so great. Congrats to Portia and Head Crack. Thank you for passing along the good news. For the latest celebrity news, watch Dish Nation weekdays. Check your local listings. Okay, stay with us. We have more things you need to know after this. Welcome back to Top 30. In April, Bill Cosby was convicted on 3 counts of sexual assault. The 81-year-old is set to be sentenced September 24th and could face up to 10 years per charge. But now his wife is making what prosecutors are calling an 11th hour attempt to delay. With more, we're joined by Law and Crime Network host Jesse Weber. Jesse, thank you for joining us.
Great to see you again.
So what is Camille Cosby claiming here?
This one's a little bit different. She's claiming that the judge that presided over her husband Bill's case was biased against him. Now, how was he biased? Well, she said this all stemmed from a long feud that he had with the former district attorney, Bruce Castor. Bruce Castor was the district attorney that didn't want to prosecute Cosby. He said there's no evidence to support it. But even despite him saying that, Judge O'Neill went forward and allowed the prosecution of Cosby. She's saying not only was this an improper prosecution, but it was unethical for him to not disclose this feud to the public and her husband, and that he should ultimately recuse himself.
Okay, very interesting. Could this have any impact on sentencing?
I'm going to say no. We've heard it be a last-ditch effort to make something happen. Look, her case could actually be heard by the state board. They might investigate it. They may come to a decision in a year. But in an effort to halt the sentencing, it's not going to happen, because if that was the case, everybody who was about to be sentenced would file some claim against the judge that was presiding over the case. The bigger question is, would the defense's motion to have the judge recuse himself, could that be impacted before the sentencing hearing? Maybe. I see this as a bigger issue on appeal. They have a lot of issues to discuss on appeal, but I don't think it's going to actually impact the sentencing.
All right, we'll see what happens. Great information as always. Jesse, thank you. For more on the Cosby case and other legal stories 24/7, head to lawandcrime.com. Now to a story from my fellow moms and dads out there. Move over, helicopter parents. There's a new trend in town. This new style of parenting is going by the term lawnmower parent, and teachers are calling them out. One teacher anonymously described it perfectly by saying, lawnmower parents go to whatever lengths necessary to prevent their child from having to face adversity, struggle, or failure. Instead of preparing children for challenges, they mow obstacles down so kids won't experience them in the first place. And while no one likes to see their kids struggle, there are important life lessons to be learned from failure. Dr. Jillian Roberts explained, when parents deprive their children of opportunities to practice these skills, their parenting is actually detrimental to their kids. In fact, what they are communicating is, I do not think you are capable of handling this on your own. So maybe instead of lawnmower parenting, we should hand the lawnmower over to our kids and have them go cut the grass. Okay, how about this next story? It's a source of calcium and can improve digestion, but new research finds yogurt may also contribute to obesity. Researchers in the UK examined over 900 popular supermarket brands. Just 9% contain low amounts of sugar, or 5 grams of sugar per 100. Dessert yogurts, of course, contain the most, about 16.4 grams per 100. That's about half of the recommended daily intake of added sugars. Greek yogurts had the least, although those 5 grams per 100 were likely natural, not added. Raising concern, organic yogurt. Many associate the term with healthier options, but organic yogurts were found to contain an average 13.1 grams of sugar per 100, added in part to counteract the sourness of live cultures. The study's authors note that while sodas are a larger source of sugar, what is worrisome is that yogurt, as a perceived healthy food, may be an unrecognized source of free and added sugars. Until truly healthy options are available, many advocates are calling for more transparent labeling so consumers at least know what they're getting. All right, don't go anywhere. Top 30, we'll be right back. Welcome back. A man is speaking out after a picture of him shaving on a New Jersey train went viral. And Mike Jarek from Fox 29 in Philadelphia joins us with more on what this man had to say. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, Kristen, his name is Anthony Torres. Right now, he's homeless. But he was on the train in New Jersey, just not far from Philadelphia, to go visit his brother. And he wanted to clean up for the visit, so he shaved while on this train, lather and all.
I wanted to look like not presentable. You know what I'm trying? I hate going around, you know, looking like a bum.
Well, when his picture with the lather and the razor blade in his hand first went viral, people were ripping it, saying this is disgusting. You shouldn't be doing this in a public place. Then after they learned the story I just told you, it changed. A GoFundMe account was set up for him.
So, Mike, I hear they've already raised a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. It's over $27,000 already.
That's great news, and hopefully he can turn his life around. Thanks, Mike. Well, colder weather's coming, which means rough and cracked feet are too. But today's Top 30 Steal can help. We have a Vanity Planet Pedi Spin pedicure system at a special 68% discount. You don't have to go to a salon and pay someone to take care of your feet. This 4-in-1 spin brush gives you a complete pedicure at home. It comes with 4 attachments that all do their own thing. There's a hard bristle brush that removes dirt, a pumice stone that exfoliates dead skin, a callus shaver that painlessly removes calluses, and a buffing pad that gently smooths roughness. It's super lightweight and water resistant, so you can bring it in the shower with you. The Vanity Planet Pedi Spin pedicure system retails for $60, but today you can buy it for just $19. That's a 68% discount. You can get this right now at morningsave.com while they last. Okay, still ahead, it's already that time. We have tips for holiday shopping, and scientists may have found a cure for baldness. Don't go anywhere. Top 30, we'll be right back. In today's Hometown Stories from Fox 10 Phoenix, more than 1 million Arizonans, including 300,000 children, don't know where they're going to get their next meal. That's why St. Mary's Food Bank is looking to bring awareness to food insecurity by celebrating Go Orange Day. The day that's celebrated around Arizona hopes to bring to light an issue that, even though it affects so many, can often go unnoticed. In our next story from Fox 2 Detroit, due to an increase in campus shootings, schools across the country are doing their part to prepare for any emergency incident. So that's why a new program in the Ferndale School District is supplying teachers with more than 200 Jacob kits to give teachers emergency essentials that could potentially save lives in the event of a school shooting. And in our final story from Fox 5 New York, Sylvie Solitzer is the granddaughter of Alfred Weinberger, who was an art collector in Paris in 1941. That was until he was forced to abandon his collection when the Nazis invaded. After the war, Alfred spent the rest of his life searching for his stolen paintings, most notably a famous Renoir painting titled Two Women in a Garden, but was unsuccessful. Now, over 70 years later, with the help of the FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office, the painting is finally being returned to its rightful owner, Alfred's only living descendant, Sylvie, who now has a special way of remembering her grandfather. Welcome back. From heights to clowns, 1 in 10 Americans suffer some sort of phobia. Now, using virtual reality, therapists are making real gains, helping patients overcome fears they may otherwise be too embarrassed to seek treatment for. A staple in gaming, VR allows users to enter interactive 3D environments, in this case, a suspended bridge or room full of spiders. It's a form of exposure therapy as patients overcome their anxieties by being gradually exposed to them. But rather than therapists taking patients to the edge of a building, VR allows them to learn to feel safe without ever leaving the room. And it's not just fear. Researchers are also developing VR to help those with schizophrenia feel comfortable in various social situations. VR is more accessible than ever, so as more tests are conducted, experts believe patients may soon be able to treat more mild fears at home without even seeing a therapist. All right, it seems crazy to say it, but the holidays are fast approaching. It's already time to start planning. Steve Noviello from Fox 4 Dallas is with a financial expert to talk about ways you can save for the holidays. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Kristen, my guest to walk us through it, Andrea Warrock, consumer savings expert. All right, here we go. Number 1, set a realistic budget. What are the details?
You need to look at what you spent last holiday season on gifts and travel to create that preliminary budget, but don't forget the small costs. So things like groceries for out-of-town guests, postage, decor, all these things will add up and bust your budget. So you need to add extra room, then create a savings plan to help you get there.
How do I add extra money to my budget?
Look for items around your home you no longer need or use. You can sell them at sites like Facebook Marketplace. You also have opportunities to give your opinion and get paid. There are sites like findfocusgroups.com that will actually pay you to try products, services, and give your opinion. You want to start shopping earlier so you don't feel a financial strain come December when you have less money to shop with. So start picking up a few gifts here and there throughout the next 3 months, and this will alleviate that strain.
You say track prices on not only shopping, but on flying too.
Exactly. So flights will get more expensive the closer you get to the holidays. So you want to start looking at prices now. There are sites like Hopper that will actually track prices and let you know when a deal becomes available.
All right. Links to those places we talked about right now, facebook.com/SaveMeSteve. Kristen?
All great tips. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Andrea. Okay, if you've been following the news, you know Facebook has had a tough year. The social media giant has faced serious questions about how it handles its users' data. And now the platform is being accused of allowing gender discrimination in its online ads. The ACLU filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, alleging that job openings posted on Facebook discriminate against potential job applicants based on gender. They say Facebook's ad targeting tools allow certain job postings by employers to be seen by men, but not by women with similar qualifications. In the complaint, the ACLU alleges Facebook has consciously decided not to stop itself or employers from targeting employment ads that exclude female users from receiving the ads. Facebook responded by saying there is no place for discrimination on its platform and will defend Facebook's practices once it has a chance to review the complaint. This isn't the first time Facebook has been accused of allowing discrimination on its website. Back in April, the Department of Housing and Urban Development filed an administrative complaint alleging Facebook's advertising tools allow landlords to engage in housing discrimination. By the way, targeting job ads by gender is illegal under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. While there's been a lot of research linking tackle football to concussions and other head injuries, and now a new study is urging kids to stay away from the sport before high school. The Aspen Institute issued a 27-page report discouraging children from playing tackle football before the age of 14. Researchers said kids' brains are still developing and are more susceptible to trauma. Kids also have weaker neck and shoulder muscles compared to adults, which would help support the head in the event of a collision. The Aspen Institute recommended USA Football, Pop Warner, and other youth football organizations focus on flag football while kids are under 14. And it seems like more and more parents are choosing to do just that. According to the Sports and Fitness Industry Association, participation in flag football leagues surpassed that of tackle football for kids ages 6 to 12 last year. Even New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees started his own youth flag football league. But tackle football is still the most popular high school sport by far, with more than 1 million high school athletes playing it last year. We're going to take a quick break and then more Top 30 after this. Welcome back. Scientists are getting close to a cure for baldness. And believe it or not, the secret lies in a chemical found in some perfumes. More specifically, the chemical Sandalore, used for the smell of sandalwood. Researchers have found it stimulates hair growth in humans. Professor Ralph Poss is stunned by the discovery and says this is the first time ever that it has been shown that the remodeling of a normal human mini organ, a hair, can be regulated by a simple, cosmetically widely used odorant. When scientists applied Sandalore to scalp tissue, it increased hair growth while decreasing cell death. A large-scale clinical trial is underway with a topical Sandalore product, and scientists are hopeful it'll one day be used as a hair loss treatment. But regardless, I say bald is beautiful. And here's a great story. We're used to checking out books at the library, right? But this one is lending out so much more. The Riverside branch of the New York Public Library loans out accessories to people who are preparing for job interviews but may not have the means to get dressed up. The Grow Up Work Fashion Library includes ties, briefcases, and handbags. There are even suits. The program was started by library employee Michelle Lee. When she told students in a career class to dress professionally, more than one told her, "I don't have nice things." So she proposed the idea to the NYPL Innovation Project, which funds staff ideas every year, and it won. Lee says, "Our main job at the library is to help people. There are about 200 young people in the branch every day. Many teens and adults borrow computers there to work on resumes. The library also offers workshops on job hunting and other career services." Lee hopes some professional attire will help her students ace their next interview. More Top 30 after this. Welcome back to Top 30. Canada's ban on trans fats came into effect this week, making it illegal for manufacturers to use it. This includes food made in or imported to Canada, as well as meals you get in a restaurant. Canada's Minister of Health calls it a bold, historic step that will protect Canadians' health and reduce their risk of heart disease. Research has shown the ban could prevent 12,000 heart attacks over the next 20 years in Canada. For years, the additive was used to enhance taste and texture, but but doctors soon started warning against it, calling it heart clogging. Trans fats were most commonly used in items like cookies, pies and cakes, crackers, donuts, frozen pizza, and fried foods. One loophole in the ban, products containing trans fats can still be sold for the next 2 years, as long as they were made before September 17th, 2018. And that's it for today's show. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's what's coming up on the next Top 30. Americans get billions of scam calls every year, and now research shows that number is only going up. Plus, this year could be the end of the road for several well-known car models. And one man who's deaf gets a very special birthday surprise. You can also listen to the day's biggest stories on the Top 30 podcast. It's all coming up on the next Top 30.